Hello friends, it's Friday. I know all of you have been working hard while looking at the market all day, sneaking it on your phone, and now you're done with the week, maybe at home, and it was a heck of a week, but let's call it, the week is done. You can start playing with crypto tonight until Sunday, until we find the market back again here next week. But there's some things we need to talk about. Man, what a week. If you can't find something to buy in this market right now, I don't know where you're looking. Friends, let's talk about First Republic Bank here. This stock is on fire, no doubt. Good, bad, and it's a heck of a deal. But personally, I believe it's going to become more of a deal. And we're going to talk about a lot of things with that going on right now. So obviously, ton of banks, every bank has some amazing deals going on right now for Bank of America, even to this little gem right here that a lot of people aren't talking about, which is KeyCorp, has taken quite a dramatic drop with a dividend, but a heck of a deal right there too. So let's get back to First Republican Bank right now. When I talked about these guys last, I said, hey, it's already taken a swing back up. It had dropped down to a $19 range, then went back up into this 40 middle ground range. And I made a video and I said, hey, I know this has come back a little bit, but don't be surprised to see this fall apart more. There's still a lot of news going on. And at that point, the European markets had not even had an effect with what had happened. Well, we've seen all this start to happen now. Since then, First Republic here has really taken a lot more damage. And obviously, they're going to be bailed out, but still, even after news of them, being bailed out here by the feds, essentially, the stock is still taking quite a tumble. And I made the prediction, I was like, hey, I think this might go back to a $20 to maybe even a $15 mark. And some people were in agreement, and some people were telling me I am completely stupid, but that's okay. But now I'm going to make even more of a crazy assumption where I think First Republic here can take even more damage and maybe, fingers crossed, could possibly touch a $10 range, which has not been seen for quite some time. I've been watching a lot of these analysts and all these bank people talking about what they think is going to happen. Majority of them do think that things will straighten out again here soon with the banks, with our big banks. More than likely, starting next week, we're going to see a little more damage, but by a week or two from now, we're going to see them kind of straighten out. But it's going to be a slow climb back up more than not. I mean, these things are not just going to bounce back by, April here. It's going to be a minute. But the question is, how much more damage are they going to take? From Bank of America, from Wells Fargo, from First Republic here. I mean, JP Morgan, I can go down the list. Even our credit card companies are taking a hit. Everything financially that's related to it at this point. So, a million deals out there right now. I mean, there's a ton. Looking at this chart right now, just within a 5-day chart with First Republic here, the first big initial hit that I took, it's hit $19 and stopped, and people, started shooting it back up. Then it went back up to, like I said, right under that $50 range, and a lot of people, and that's where I came out and made a video, said, hey, I would load the freaking boat. I think this thing is going to take more damage. And this was before the European markets took a hit. This was before a few other banks started hearing some bad news. This is before the Fed stepped in and started talking really about what they were going to do. Well, it started taking more damage, and then we saw it go to a $20 mark on the 16th, Thursday. And then after that, it popped a little more once the Feds came out and said, hey, we're going to help it and we're going to step in here. It only made it to around $34 though when the Fed said that. But still, people are selling off. Even Friday here, ending this week, it's still taking damage, and it is trying to stay at a $22 mark here, but it's struggling to do that. So the question is, next week, is $15 to $20 out of the question? Now, obviously, I'm not saying it's going to be at a $10 mark, a $15 mark forever. I'm saying we could possibly touch that as we see more damage done here. Obviously, this is a completely different subject, but the news has just broke that Putin pretty much has an arrest warrant on him right now. So, too, I wonder if Putin's going to start making threats against the world to where it starts putting waves in the market, which could damage every other stock plus stocks that are already struggling. So man, there's so much going on right now. Right now, bank dividends are being halted, and that right there is a huge deal. When banks like First Republic and their dividends are halted, that really gets investors PO'd and gets them worried. There's a lot of people that depend on these dividends. There's companies that depend on these dividends for them to come out. So this is not good. Like I said, we're not expecting these banks to go out of business, for God's sakes. That's not what we're saying. But what we are saying is that we could possibly see them take more damage. I mean, let's be honest. When this first happened, initially the first 48 hours, the Fed was talking and people were talking like, hey, it's going to be okay. We know they're going to get bailed out, which they are. But people were like, they'll be back up to $80 by the end of the week. Well, they weren't. And there's still some people saying that. The market is definitely stranger than fiction at times. I really would not be surprised to see it take all these banks to take more damage. So First Republic is the 14th largest bank in the country. That's pretty big. And it has already taken a lot of damage right now with its stock. With the Fed stepping in with a lot of these banks, a lot of the banks have came back and said, hey, we actually need a little more money than what you're giving because, here's some things that we've not done so well with diversifying, and we actually owe so-and-so some money over here. So, day by day, there's more news being released with a lot of these banks where they're kind of getting embarrassed because people are getting in trouble. And a lot of these banks were not set up for this to happen right now. So we could see more drama break into the weekend to where Monday, it could be even more of a bloodbath. So friends, what we're talking about here, what I'm trying to say with the situation is, if you think you missed out on buying this, if it's Friday and you're like, oh man, should I buy in right now? I don't know that I would even panic buy right now. Obviously, if you're comfortable buying it at $20, you do you. But I'm curious to know Monday. We've still got a long ways to get till Monday. We've got the end of Friday here. We've got Saturday, Sunday for news to continue to happen. Monday, we could see a lot more of these banks take damage. And First Republic here, I don't think it's crazy to say this could hit under into the low teens. It really could. I think it's a great opportunity to buy in. But friends, please do your own research. Hey, I'm just a guy with a YouTube channel yapping my mouth here who loves to invest and loves to talk to other investors. So please do your research, do your own due diligence. There's a lot of banks out there right now that are at affordable rates right now where we haven't seen this in years. And obviously, these are huge institutions that the American government, the world government, is not going to let default and go under. It's not going to happen. I mean, if they did, it would be the end of civilization. You're not buying into Blockbuster here. You're not buying into Toys R Us. You're buying into something holds the most precious thing to humans, money, and especially the government, their money. And friends, like I was saying here, do not be scared to look at these other banks that we're talking about here. So obviously, First Republic here has taken a huge dump. I mean, it has fallen a massive amount. But with that too, don't forget about these gems right here that could possibly start to have problems next week. Like I said, it's 50-50 out there right now with what analysts and these top financial brokers are saying right now where they think things are going to go. I seem to lean towards the side of things are possibly going to get worse. This early on in the year, we're already seeing this much, atrocities happen, this much drama. We're still very early on into what's happening here. Even looking at JP Morgan has survived a lot more than other stocks, but still you're talking about a stock right now that has a huge dividend and was trailing up to probably be about a 140, 150 by the middle point of this year. And now maybe, that's not going to happen. So still probably a great buy entry right there. And we could even see it fall down even more. This could possibly hit $100 here. Who knows? And look at this right here, American Express, a stock that was trailing up to be $200 probably by mid of this year is now looking at a 150 zone. So not a whole lot that was damaged there, but still damaged enough where, you know, you're looking right now at taking long-term buy-ins right now. These are not something that, you know, majority of you are probably not looking at taking short buy-ins, buyouts right now. You're looking for something that you can add to your portfolio for the next 5-10 years. And these are opportunities. These are sales right now. A lot of people are getting their tax money back. They got a little bit of cash on their hand right now, and they're looking for places to put money. These are great opportunities and great places to put money right now. There's no reason to store $100 somewhere in your house when you can store it in something that you know is going to bring you more than a savings account at this point. Wells Fargo, another stock that I love, I invest in, and definitely am hoping that it falls apart even more. I would love to see this go to like a $25 zone. That would be quite amazing. And it wasn't that long ago when the stock market was having some trouble, we saw Wells Fargo fall down to a $20 zone. So it could still happen very easily if things continue to get bad here. So friends, let me know what you're doing. I really do wish all of you a wonderful weekend. Have fun playing with crypto over the weekend, you crypto addicts. Here comes the spike with Dogecoin on a Sunday night, Sunday morning. But friends, I will talk to you soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.